But as we roll on here, we're going to talk about a big story that broke yesterday that has many, including myself, very confused. And that is Monday Night Raw, potentially going back to a TV-14 rating. Now, for as long as I can remember, back in the 90s and all the way through the mid-2000s, Monday Night Raw was rated TV-14. In 2008, WWE wanted to take a heavier stance on focusing more on families and moved the product from TV-14 to TV-PG. Now, just for context, SmackDown has always been rated TV-PG since its inception on UPN back in 1999. But Monday Night Raw didn't move to TV-PG until 2008. Now, yesterday, Andrew Zarian sent out a tweet, Andrew Zarian of the Matt Men podcast, sent out a tweet reporting that as of next Monday, WWE was going to be changing Monday Night Raw from TV-PG to TV-14. Now, no real context was given there. And then Zarian tweeted later, there's more to unpack. I will talk about that later. Then Zarian did his Matt Men podcast and kind of, this may be a little harsh to say, but doubled back on his initial report, stating that, you know what, they're not going to be TV-14 starting this week, but is still in consideration for sometime soon down the line. Well, Dave Meltzer did write the following on all of this, kind of giving a little more light on it in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, stating, Andrew Zarian reported that Raw will change from TV-PG to TV-14, starting with his show on 7/18. There was a memo sent out at the USA Network saying that, but apparently the memo was sent out early and the date itself of the change is not finalized. We didn't confirm the story at press time. Another source in the company said that this looks to be a USA directive and not a WWE decision. The fact it came from a USA internal memo would also indicate that. Meltzer would go on to state that I don't think it would be blood, since they have been publicly dead set against blood on their programs, although they have been allowing that in the past, and a change could happen. So, we do know that this actually came from the USA Network and not from WWE. Yet, the original memo may have said 7/18, but that wasn't a finalized date. So maybe it said possibly starting on 7. Now I'm speculating here, but it could have said possibly starting on 7/18. So again, this is not something that WWE is pushing hard for, but for USA, which is interesting in my eyes, because you would think this is something Vince would want, something Nick Khan would maybe push for, something that maybe Triple H would say, hey, let's go back and try this. I don't know why USA would actually want the show to go back to TV-14. Now, initially, when they moved from TV-14 to TV-PG, that was a WWE call. That was a WWE move. But here's my thing. Whether the show was rated PG or 14, I don't think it's going to make one bit of a difference. You still have the same people writing the show. You still have the same people producing the show. And whether you're TV-14 or TV-PG, what is the big difference there? Cuss words? Hell, how many times have we seen Roman or Charlotte or Sasha say the word bitch over the last year or so? A handful of times. And if that's the only reason you got to move back up to TV-PG or TV-14, what? Why? So you could say a few more swear words? Like, let me look something up. TV-14. Because there are difference of, I think also you may get to slip in an F-bomb here or there with TV-14. Let's see. No, that's not what I want. This says, as far as swear words with TV-14, more specifically the F word, there are several companies or TV stations not subject to the FCC's rules that have broken the general implied rule of crude, indecent language. Multiple F-bombs is not allowed at a TV-14 rating. multiple F-bombs. So you can get one in on a show. You may be able to throw an F-bomb out there. You know the word bitch is okay. I mean, I've seen shows like, I think it was back in the day on CBS, King of Queens. There was an episode where Carrie called someone a bitch more than once. It's like, we know that word's all right. So what is it that the show needs to move back to TV-14 that they're looking for? Or is it just a perception thing? Is it and that's what I believe this is. Nothing more than a perception thing. Move the show to TV-14. People may think, oh my God, this is no longer a kid's show we need to watch. That's what I think this is all implying. That moving the show from PG to 14, all perception. You ain't going to have more lewd and sexual things on the show. I highly doubt that. Crotch chopping, that ain't, I mean, most would say that's not for kids, even though in the 90s kids were doing that at school and getting in trouble. But I mean, you could do that on a TV or a TV PG show. You can crotch chop a little bit. Chow. I mean, do it. So, in my opinion, and this is not me reporting these, this is my opinion, I think them moving the show from TV PG to TV-14, well, that's literally just a perception thing. That is just a, hey, look, this show is no longer a quote-unquote kids show at PG. It's 14, which means it's a teenager, young adult show. Maybe you might want to watch because some teenage, young adult things may actually happen. And hold on, I want to look at something really fast. When did, I want to look at something. When did, okay, so the Edge, I was trying to figure this out. The Edge Lita live sex celebration thing was still when the show was rated TV-14 in 2006. Because remember, the show didn't officially move to PG till 2008. So what is it? They want to do another one of those segments? I mean, Lita's boob did pop out. They were under the covers. Covers briefly got pulled to the side by accident. Boob, nip, and then it was covered back up. But again, like I said, I think this is more of a perception thing and a, hey, look, the show's TV-14, that may mean something. But most weeks, if rarely ever, we get TV-14 content. Like, I doubt you're going to have people... Like, I doubt you're going to have people going out there busting each other up, bleeding every week. I doubt you're going to have people going out there cursing up a storm every single week. You're going to have sexy things on the show every single week. I highly doubt all of that. But, again, it's not happening right now. It's not happening starting this Monday. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But according to Dave Meltzer, that date of 7/18 was apparently in the memo, but not a, quote, finalized